This Ukrainian Matrix is a collection of artifacts, photos, and stories about Ukrainians in Thunder Bay and all of their stuff. It's very, very important. This exhibit is a collection that came from people's walls, people's houses, their treasure chests, their heirloom boxes, and they've all volunteered them for this exhibit. So we're really proud of that. It's a sort of once-in-a-lifetime experience because they're not going to do it again. You'll never see these artifacts in this kind of collection together with explanations and with associated exhibits. One of the impetuses for this is all of the Ukrainians that have come as refugees to Northwestern Ontario and to Canada. 400 in Northwestern Ontario in the last 2 years, 165,000 to Canada in the last 2 years since Putin's invasion of Ukraine. And this exhibit is a chance for us to share with the community what it is to be Ukrainian, what makes us who we are, the soul of our identity. And at the same time, it's even an opportunity for us to show our cousins from Ukraine what Ukrainians who have been living here for generations, how they preserve and carry on the Ukrainian cultures and traditions.
So welcome to the Ukrainian Matrix. It's a wonderful opportunity that we have to share our culture, our traditions, and most notably to have people participate and look at what's happened in Northwestern Ontario and the Thunder Bay area. There's so much history here. People have immigrated here and have shared and grown and been proud Canadians. And they have all this beautiful artifacts to share with us. And we're so proud that we're able to bring this forward and with the Thunder Bay Museum and share this with everybody who's interested in light of all of the atrocities that are happening with the war in Ukraine now.
This exhibit is rather exciting for Ukrainians. I don't recall ever having one here in Thunder Bay before about the history of Ukrainians in Thunder Bay and a lot of the history about who we are and what our culture is all about. So I think it's very exciting, especially at a time like this. We have a lot of new people that have come to Thunder Bay that I think it'd be nice for them to come out and see it too. And then the people that don't know anything about Ukrainians, they can come out too.
Hi, welcome to Ukrainian Matrix. This is at the Thunder Bay Museum, and it's open to the public starting tomorrow until September 6th. And I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the exhibit, but you should really come and see it yourself, okay? Because this is just a taste. The labels, we're waiting till tomorrow to get those up so that you have some surprises to see. We do have a welcome lady downstairs. Her name is Oksana. She's a mannequin, and she is welcoming you with the official bread and salt. And here we have some of the displays. Actually, the very first thing you see when you come off the elevator is sort of a tribute to our newcomers that are here in Thunder Bay. And we've put on this map all the towns and cities that the newcomers are from due to the unfortunate war against Ukraine. And we want to recognize that the newcomers are a vital part of our future here. And we've got some people coming off the elevator there. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And over here we have sort of like a look of some of the items from the 1960s right up to current day embroidery and some high fashion of the 1970s. Hanya Svornik wore this to a special ball performance in Toronto, and this one came from Ukraine. This was Stefan's wedding shirt that his mother-in-law made for him. So we do have a ton of people to thank you, so we do have a thank you panel here. And we're going to sneak through these marvelous people. Tonight we have the individuals who were contributors came. and also members of the Thunder Bay Museum and their board members. So to my right, this way, we have Pisanka display, but we also have some really cool Pisanka tools that were created mostly by Theodore Romaniuk, years ago, and they're really, really cool. We have a historical wall here. So Stefan Huzon is one of the co-coordinators. We have three of them, myself, and we have Oresha Romaniuk and Stefan Huzon. Stefan is the historian, and he's got some amazing stuff that you need to take the time to come and read about it and see the amazing pictures from the first wave of Ukrainians that came to Thunder Bay. And as we pass through here, we have some Ukrainian instruments, and we have a gramophone and some whistles and a mandolin. This mandolin used to belong to Hanya Svornik. She used to collect 10 cents every practice at the mandolin orchestra back in the 60s, and that helped them pay for their travel to Minneapolis and to Duluth. And then we also have a picture of Ted Romaniuk. He used to serenade his wife every Sunday after church while she did the dishes after Sunday brunch with the mandolin. So there's a lot of really cool stories about the stuff in these boxes. We have some of the TV shows that are made by Rogers TV running on a television set over here as well, which is kind of cool. And I'm not going to explain everything because there's just so much. This is my dear friend Kathleen sneaking by. And we have explanations about where the embroidery came from, what it's about, some of the stories that came with them. But this is a really cool feature here. We have Yurko, introducing Yurko. He is our Kozak that's doing split jumps. And I decided that we needed to name all of our mannequins that had heads. So this guy here is Marko. This is Ivanka. And this one is Danilo. And here we have a collection of blouses that have been embroidered by 4 different women, 2 of them from Thunder Bay, one of them my mother's, and another one a relative from a Thunder Bay person out of Ukraine. And this one here has a really special story. You need to come to the museum to read it. It is very, very it really warms your heart, and it's pretty special. And here we have 2 beautiful displays. This is mostly Hutsul information from the Carpathian Mountains, except the cookbooks. But we've got pottery and woodwork and suitcases that came from a bride and a groom that didn't know each other till they came to Thunder Bay, and then they ended up having matching suitcases, which I think is pretty cute. We will have some actual events that will include some of the things that you see here, where you can participate in making eggs, you can participate in embroidering, you could learn how to make a wedding bread decoration. This display case is pretty cool with Bukovinian beadwork and embroidery, and we also have from the region of Pudilia 2 ancestral blouses that were gifted and bought in Ukraine, with our family embroidery pattern, which I think is like pretty cool. And I could talk more, but really you need to come to the museum to see this because it's pretty cool. It does run until September 8th, so you have lots of time. And check the museum hours because they extend them in June, but they're a little bit more shorter now. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini tour, and I hope you are able to get down to the museum no matter where you are from. Thunder Bay's on the map, and everybody is welcome. So I'm thanking you for joining in on the show today. I'm Kathy Peroshi-Harris, the host from Ukrainian Connections, and have a great day.
So I first want to start off by thanking all the musicians that were playing tonight. It was a lovely moment to listen to them, and even if I fell down now, we got to listen to them play for another 2 hours. I think it'd be a worthwhile evening, don't you think? So good evening, everyone. My name is Scott Bradley. I am the Executive Director of your Thunder Bay Historical Museum Society. I will be your MC for this special event celebrating the opening of the exhibit titled Ukrainian Matrix. I would like to begin tonight by acknowledging the original custodians of this land and paying our respects to the elders, past, present, and future, for they hold the memories, the traditions, the culture, and the hopes of Indigenous peoples. We also recognize that we're meeting on the traditional land of Fort William First Nation, signatory to the Robinson-Superior Treaty of 1850, and to acknowledge the role of the Métis settlement in the development of our community. A bit of housekeeping before I get into other business. If you have cell phones, pagers, Walkmans, CD players, please do silence them at this time. At this time, I'd like to invite to the lectern Michael DeYoung, the curator and archivist for the Thunder Bay Museum, to discuss the process of how this fantastic exhibit came to be. Michael missed the email.
Yeah, I missed that email, but okay. Yeah, so, this isn't going to be the most polished speech, because again, I missed the memo on this. So anyways, this all came about, I think in February, where on a Thunder Bay field naturalist hike, I ran into Kathy Peroshi Harris, and I mentioned, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm with the Thunder Bay Museum, and then literally it all just kind of came from there. I mean, this idea had been percolating for a while, but that's what kind of, So it was just good fortune that chance meeting happened. And since then, we've been coordinating with Kathy, Aritzia, and Stefan, and just gradually building this whole thing. So, it's so wonderful to see all these amazing things out here. Certainly, I don't think our hallway has ever looked like this before. There's just so much color and so much life and so much vibrancy. And and again, thank you to all of the contributors, everyone who's loaned objects for this exhibit. And I'm going to leave it at that because, is there anything else?
Did the co-contributors have remarks they needed to make?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So they'll be more prepared than me. All right.
So, originally, I was just going to have 4 words. So, hello, welcome, thank you, and enjoy. My wife said that's enough. But I'm here, too bad. I have more words than that. I need glasses. So, first of all, thank you, Michael and Scott and the whole museum for allowing us to occupy your hall. It's and create a wonderful exhibit there. It, I think, underlines the role of museums not just as boxes for old stuff, but for places to actually celebrate and have fun and explore history as a group or individually. So that's really nice. So as a co-coordinator, I guess the first thing to do is to thank the other coordinators, Kathy Peroshi Harris and Orisha Dominiuk. And I have to tell you that it's surprising. We're all 3 of us kind of stubborn, pushy people. but love for stuff Ukrainian, mutual respect was the grease that allowed the wheels to turn so smoothly. It was really, really nice. So I thank you. Thank you to River Johnson, who's in here somewhere, from the museum, as well as Michael, who were here day to day. We drove them crazy in terms of trying to get this set up to the state it's in. Oh, my first thing, apologies. No, it ain't perfect. I wish it was, but it's not. You'll find little things here and there that you may not, that could be improved. And you might find photos or objects that you had offered to us that I'm sorry we couldn't include everything because we'll take over the whole building. So we had to be selective and try and represent themes and stories that we thought people would enjoy. So we did that. Why traditions? It's important. Last night I was trying to fall asleep and a variety of thoughts were passing through my head about how important are piss and kid, weaving and embroidery to me as a Ukrainian, how did they contribute to my life? And I was going to share my thoughts specifically about pisanke. But then I thought about my wife and I said, no, I'll have to save that for another time. Anyway, I am, like all of us, we're thankful for the benefits of our Ukrainian culture, our Ukrainian heritage. And in the end, most days being Ukrainian is part of our soul. Being ephemeral, I can't quite put my finger on exactly what a soul is, even if it's good or bad. But being Ukrainian is not better or worse than being Italian. It does mean that each of us is different, and that is special. And so each of us is special, and that's good. My soul is part of who I am, and it's a part that will live on after I'm gone, and I hope for at least a little bit. The English say, may God rest your soul when you're dead, but to me, I think that's kind of lazy. It doesn't seem right. It's part of my, if part of my soul is being Ukrainian, it means I want to pass Ukrainian on. And then after I'm gone, I want that part of my Ukrainian soul to keep working. Heck, we Ukrainians work hard when we're alive, so why shouldn't our souls keep on working hard after we're gone? Like Ukrainian Matrix, I hope our souls and the memories of those who were will still be working hard to keep traditions and values alive and pass on beauty and wisdom. So thank you and enjoy.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Arisha Romaniuk, and I just want to thank everyone for coming tonight, as well as donating your artifacts to us so we can showcase them and share them with everyone who will come to the exhibit. It's what will make truly the Ukrainian Matrix. Also, I want to thank, I want to thank especially Scott and Michael and the staff. They've been amazing to work with. Thank you all for coming.
Hi, I'm Kathy. So Stefan said that he was going to take an hour to talk, but he didn't. I timed him, and he was like under 7 minutes. I think it was 3. So that gives me extra time. Just kidding. My husband just gave me a look, so we're okay. I do want to again thank the contributors who entrusted some of their treasures to us, and I was so anxious carrying people's eggs and pisanka from one place to the other, not leaving them in the cold, giving instructions to Michael how they had to be kept well and looked after, and all the other beautiful things, especially because they come with special stories and meaning to people. And I'm hoping that when you have time, if not tonight, the exhibit is open till September 8th, that you can come back and read some of the labels. They're not all up today because we want to save a little bit of adventure for you for tomorrow or another day. But to hear and read and talk about some of these stories that are attached to some of the belongings that are in the case, there is so much more out there. This is just a little snippet of treasures from people's lives in Thunder Bay. Like, we didn't go to very many people because we soon realized that our living rooms were only so big that we could store the stuff till we brought it here for a drop shipment. And the museum's eyes went very big when we dropped off stuff, and they're like, wow, this is a lot of stuff for this hallway. Sydney specifically, I can remember her. She's going to have a baby soon, and we were trying not to put her into labor by the amount of items that we brought into the exhibit. So I feel like there is opportunity to continue sharing, to continue growing how we share about our Ukrainian culture and our heritage. All cultures are beautiful, and because I'm Ukrainian, I love to share everything about Ukrainian stuff. So happy that you're here today, either as part of the museum, the board, or a membership, or part of our donors or our Ukrainian community. And we always welcome Ukrainian wannabes in every way possible. And I'd like to dedicate my efforts towards this to my family. family and my family in Ukraine and my friends in Ukraine as well. So thank you very much, everybody. Slava Ukraini.
Thank you, Stefan, Aricia, and Kathy. Before I get to the next portion, I want to share a little tidbit. When you're a leader, you often have your staff working in your best interest all the time. And I was led to believe all week that there were 29 people pre-registered for this. So I'm very pleasantly surprised to see almost over 80 people in the room tonight. So thank you for being here. So I'd like to now welcome the Zuravi Ukrainian Folk Ensemble to lead us in the singing of the Ukrainian national anthem. Please rise.
On the count of three, in Ukrainian, everybody knows about today in case you don't know Ukrainian, right? Один, два, три. Один, два, три.
We're now inviting the Zuravi Ukrainian Folk Ensemble to lead us in the Sing a Blessing on Us All with, I'm gonna butcher this. Munhai Ya Lita.
Smachnoho, we've got some munchies.
Волиняночка,
Hi, it's Kathy Peroshi-Harris from Ukrainian Connections, and I have some more information for you about Ukrainian Matrix, which is the exhibit on at Thunder Bay Historical Museum right now, and it goes on until September 8th. And the coordinators, being Stefan Huzan, Oresha Romaniuk, and myself, Kathy Peroshi-Harris, are running some activities for people in the month of June. There are several weekends where we're running workshops for children, and we'll be teaching adults as well. So we have a class teaching embroidery for children up to adults, and everybody will get to go home with a Ukrainian bookmark that they have embroidered. And we're also going to be teaching the art of pisanka. We are going to be using crayons instead of heated wax over a candle, just because of the risk of fire in a historical museum. We will also be teaching an adult class on how to make the Ukrainian wedding bread decorations, the dove birds, the pine cones, the flowers, the trees, all that beautiful stuff that you can put on your wedding bread, or you can put on any bread or anywhere actually for decoration. It's quite beautiful. And we're also going to do a session for children, adults can join as well, for painting on the reverse of glass, which is an art that is done well across Ukraine, and it's quite beautiful. And we're going to teach a very simple method for people to learn, and they'll each take home a piece of artwork that they've done themselves. So we're pretty excited about that. The days that we have these classes, we will also be available when the classes are over and before the classes to take people through the exhibit if they wanted to have somebody explain things that are in the exhibit. And we will also be booking some dates in the months of July and August where we'll be available for explaining things to people individually if they wanted to have a personalized tour. If you have a group in your community that would like to have a group visit to the museum and explained, if you want Ukrainian Matrix explained to you while you're there, we could also coordinate that with you. Just contact the museum and let them know. And the museum extends its summer hours mid-June, so check online for that. And we look forward to seeing you at Ukrainian Matrix. And if you do get to the exhibit, please be sure to fill in the guest book and give us some comments and some feedback. We're pretty excited about this and happy that so many people have contributed to it. There is a lot more amazing Ukrainian stuff in Thunder Bay with all of our history, our stories, and our artifacts. And there might be more after this, but we want this one to be well attended, and we want you to see some of the really cool stuff people have brought in and the stories that come along with them. So from Ukrainian Connections, I'm looking forward to you visiting Ukrainian Matrix at the Thunder Bay Museum. Thank you.